What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Once again being the world's greatest Minecraft pro. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys are just absolutely envious of the amount of Minecraft skill I have, and I don't blame you. But if you don't press the like button in the next 5 seconds, then no joke, no scam, I will be forced to slap you with a turkey at Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's right. I don't care where you're having dinner. I'm going to pull up on the block, pick up that butterball, and slap you so hard that your chin's going to feel like turkey and high cholesterol for the next 8 weeks. Anyways, apparently you guys really liked me talking about Weird Werewolf Boy and his misadventures with the girl. So, you know what? Let's keep it going. Today I'm going to be telling you guys the other half of the story that I think you guys are going to find pretty damn funny. So, me and the girl that had this weird issue with Werewolf Boy didn't really talk much after that school year. We just never really interacted, never really had a bunch of other classes together again. And, you know, after Werewolf Boy had the embarrassing moment, I figured he was going to leave her alone. Because, if you don't leave her alone, you're quite the bizarre little monkey, alright? Like, I'm just saying, you're a bit of a weirdo. So, I hadn't talked to this girl from high school in quite a long time, and for those of you who didn't see the first video, basically there was this girl who was in this weird, like, Wolfpack clique thing at my school, and one of the guys in the Wolfpack had a crush on her, and she did not have a crush back, and he took that very harshly, and was, like, dropping dead animals on her doorstep and stuff. You know, just the typical stuff that makes you be like, don't you hate when that happens? I hate when somebody's in love with me and then leaves dead animals on my doorstep. Typical Tuesday morning shenanigans, you know? But regardless, I hadn't talked to her in a very long time, and I figured that all the crazy werewolf stuff was over, because it's not like it'll continue much longer. And then, in my freshman year of college, I get a message on Facebook one day from a name that looks pretty familiar. And yes, I know I'm a grandpa for having a Facebook, okay? I realize that Facebook is for the elderly, and I know that I'm sounding like an absolute boomer right now, but I get a message on Facebook, and the name is from the girl that I had went to school with all these years ago. And I didn't really know if it was her because she looked different, you know? She didn't exactly look like an emo werewolf chick anymore, which good for her. That's the glow up you need. And you know, speaking of glow ups, my merch is actually right down there. If you're interested, you know, feel free to buy some of it because it's pretty fresh and no kids will ever bully you. But regardless, I get this message and she's like, hey, you know, I'm in your town. I saw on Facebook that you go to school here. Do you want to meet up and just like catch up? And I was like, yeah, you know, we haven't talked for a couple years now. I'm always down to catch up with people. I actually really like talking to people about what's going on in their lives. I don't know. Something about it just makes me feel happy because like I like hearing that people are doing well. Obviously, I mean, I don't like hearing that people are getting stalked by weird werewolf boys, but we'll get to that part of the story. So we agree to meet up, and I pull up, and, you know, we just start talking about life, you know, what's been going on, what school is she going to, what's her plans for her career, all the stuff that you normally cover when you haven't seen somebody in a while and you start having a conversation, you know, the typical Tuesday-rino type of conversation here. So we're having this absolutely normal conversation, or at least it should have been a normal conversation. She goes, hey, do you remember that werewolf kid from high school, you know, the one that was crazy and would, like, try to fight you and all that stuff? And I was like, yes, of course. I could never forget about werewolf kid because that kid was insane, you know? And she goes, well, you're not going to believe this. I had to get a restraining order on him like 2 months ago. And I'm like, 2 months ago as in, you know, 4 years since we had the original issue? Like, all this time later he was still bothering you? And she goes, yeah. So what apparently had happened, and this is from her mouth, so I'm gonna tell it in the best Ryan way possible, but know that like I didn't experience this, but I'm gonna tell it in first person because I feel like I can make it more entertaining. Anyways, one day she gets this post on Instagram, and it's like 18 paragraphs written in ye olde English, because apparently werewolves aren't allowed to speak in anything except ugly English, and it basically says, for where art thou, my lover? I have missed you for years. My heart grows fonder as time progresses, and it is upon the time now where we must come together and be one to create a family. Saying no to this will simply result in my anger and frustration, so do not do that, thou wench. You shalt be mine. Yeah, apparently Werewolf Kid didn't get the memo that she hasn't talked to you for 3 years, and the last time she talked to you, she said she wanted nothing to do with you, because he sent an old English love letter, which, I don't even know if you could call it a love letter, because it basically said, you're gonna marry me, and if you don't, I'm gonna be mad, and you don't want to make me mad, you wench, which is not exactly game. For every boy that watches my videos, let me break it down for you. If you're gonna hit on a girl, if you're gonna make the move, there's tact, there's a way to do it, there's a way to make the move. And the move is definitely not, like 0.03%, definitely not To call a girl a wench and say she has no choice to marry you if she doesn't want to make you mad. Like, bruh. If this is your idea of spitting game, you have never spit game in your entire life. Every girl you've ever talked to has been slightly disgusted and weirded out by the fact that you sound like you're speaking Shakespearean English to a cup full of nothing but pig sweat. Like, that's the only thing you're going to be getting with those lines. Trust me, calling a girl a wench is definitely not their cup of tea. I can pinky promise you that they do not want to be called a wench. So it opens up with that, and she obviously kind of responds and kind of is trying to figure out what was going on. She wasn't flirting back, but, if somebody called you a sea wench out of nowhere, I think you would definitely kind of want to know why they're calling you a sea wench. And she kind of recognizes the name, and she realizes, oh my god, it's the weird kid that was a werewolf all these years ago. So immediately she kind of tells him, hey, I don't want you to contact me anymore. I really don't. Please leave me alone. Which, when somebody says, hey, please leave me alone, you probably should leave him alone. It's not a good idea. But I guess he takes that the wrong way, and he responds with, I've always loved a challenge, and a challenge to earn your love I will always take, my lady. When we are gazing upon with our offspring, you will understand that what I did was worth it. And she's like, dog, listen, I really don't want to date. Like, we're not going to date. Last time I saw you, you were crazy, and I'm not over that. And you're still talking like medieval English for, no reason in particular. Just kind of an annoying thing to do. And I guess he took this the wrong way, and he's like, trust me, I will earn your love. And so she thinks this was just kind of a weird interaction on Facebook that she doesn't have to worry about. Like, nothing else is going to happen. Nothing bizarre is going to happen. And then bizarre things start happening. So after that, I guess a couple weeks later, she thinks everything's fine. She gets another message from the account, and this time he's even more like demanding and violent about, you need to date me. So she blocks the account, and 5 minutes later, there's another account DMing her, and another account, and another account. And this guy made 27 Instagram accounts to try to DM her, and she was just blocking every one. And first of all, that takes some dedication. Setting up 27 email addresses just to make a new Facebook account to message a girl, that takes a lot of effort. But, girls appreciate effort, as long as it's not creepily trying to get them to marry you when you haven't talked to them in a year. I don't think they're big fans of that. Girls like to be romanced, not threatened. Call me crazy, but I'm pretty sure that's what girls prefer in this whole situation. So after all these Instagram accounts being blocked, she finally thinks she's escaped him, right? Crazy Wolf Boy, after 25 Instagram accounts, has finally let go of the fact that, his wolf love is just simply not meant to be and he can move on with his life. And as you can tell, we're only halfway through the video, so you already know that ain't true. So a couple weeks after that, blocking all the Instagram accounts, a dead animal shows up on her doorstep, and she's like, wow, that's weird. Maybe my cat did it. She doesn't even put two and two together, because you would think that, after all this time, maybe he's kind of gotten over the whole, dead animals thing. Like, you would think he would kind of gotten over that. But apparently, in retrospect, after a couple more weeks of this going on, he had been in her city and was leaving the stuff on her doorstep. And the animals start to show up more and more frequently, to the point where she starts to get scared. So she talks to the building manager, because she lives in an apartment, and he says, okay, we'll get a security camera set up, and we'll let you know. So they get a security camera set up. They get the camera set up and everything. And, of course, for a couple days, there's nothing. And then, sure enough, security camera footage shows this guy coming up, leaving the animal on the doorstep, and walking away. So not only is this guy being creepy in the DMs, he now knows where she lives and is leaving animals on her doorstep as a way to symbolize his love, which is a terrible, terrible symbol of love, by the way. Like, flowers are beautiful, and you can keep them alive for a while with effort, the way you can keep love alive. I don't know, but I feel like a dead animal sends the wrong message. Hey, you know what reminds me of my feelings for you? A dead cow. Doesn't that just, make you feel tingly on the inside? Dead animals, yummy. My favorite part of dead animals is when their skin starts to get eaten alive by flies. Ooh, that's my favorite. Like, I really don't understand what he was going for there, because none of it makes a ton of sense, to be completely legit. But obviously at this point, she's starting to get scared. And then she messages one of the Instagram accounts, she unblocks it and says, stop leaving animals at my doorstep, I'm not interested, I'm flattered, please stop. Which, even saying you're flattered is way nicer than you should be. The second I start getting people showing up at my door with dead animals is the time where I am definitely no longer being nice. Like, the fact that this girl still was out here hey, please stop. I don't appreciate it. She is a lot braver than I ever would be. My dog is going insane. Oh my God, Nova, shut up. Sorry, I've taken care of my dog. So obviously, she's still nice to him and tells him to stop, which is way nicer than she needs to be. Hey, please stop leaving dead animals on my doorstep is definitely quite a bit of kindness to be shown to this guy. I'm really bad at Minecraft PvP, by the way. So after being super nice to this guy, he basically sends another message saying, I will prove to you that my love is endless. I will never stop leaving these gifts and signs of admiration on your doorstep. And trust me, the werewolf, oh, I'm a werewolf thing is super cringy when we're 15. But when you're, 18, 19, 20, it's even cringier because now you're an adult. You're supposed to be smart enough to figure out and know that that is not how you interact with women, bro. Like, no girl wants a dead rat on their doorstep. Literally none. I don't even know where you got the idea that's a symbol of your love. If a symbol of your love is a dead rat, your rat kind of sucks. So after this, she's like, I have to go to the police because he showed up to her house once again. So the second time they have the security footage and did the whole, oh, yeah, this is a rat as a symbol of my love thing. So she goes to the police and it's kind of like, what do I do? And the police ask to see the messages. They see all the accounts. They see that he's actually coming to her house and they're like, okay, this guy is definitely a danger. We see that. We're gonna get a restraining order. So they tell her how to file the process. She goes through. She gets the restraining order on the guy. Keep in mind, during the restraining order process, everybody was kind of like the judge and the court was kind of like, I don't know. But like, I feel like after he shows up to your house with dead animals, you kind of have a right to file a restraining order. That's just my opinion, okay? Call me crazy. I think after the second dead animal, you kind of have the right to be a little upset. And the weirdest part is, after he got the restraining order, he finally left her alone. So I guess all that eternal love stuff really didn't mean much, Love is strong, love is powerful, but it's not more powerful than a legal order saying that if you go within 1,000 feet of her, you're gonna get arrested. Who would have thought, I always thought love was stronger than that. I'm kidding, of course. I'm very glad he left her alone, but obviously crazy people are gonna be crazy. But the weirdest part is, she said it so nonchalantly. Like, while telling me the story, she was just seeming like she was telling me a story about, like, the other day I was playing video games and this like annoying kid was like, oh, you suck. That's how she was telling the story. She didn't seem bothered at all. So I started asking her if she was scared and she's like, well, I mean, obviously I was a little bit scared, but if the only dead animal he could leave on my doorstep was a rat, I really don't feel like he was that good of a hunter, There really wasn't much to be scared of. And I was kind of like, wow, you are braver than me, because I feel like if anyone was showing up at my house that frequently, I would be freaked out. I would be definitely a little bit panicky. So congratulations for having much larger cojones than me. And the kid never really messaged her again, so I don't really know what the deal was. Like, I feel like if you're saying that you're committed to somebody forever and you have an eternal bond that is going to be sacred to the animal kingdom, you definitely should be able to crush on them for more than like a week, until the cops tell you to stop. Call me crazy here. Obviously, I'm really glad he left her alone because creepy people are going to be creepy, but in terms of commitment, dog, you're not very good at that, You got to be more committed to the crush game. On that note, though, guys, I think that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I'd really appreciate you guys pressing the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought, if you enjoyed, if you didn't. Turn on notifications, all that good stuff, because trust me, there's going to be some bangers coming, all right? Today's notification shout-out goes to Zach Is Pig. Big ups to you for having on notifications, man. If you want a notification shout-out, all you got to do is turn on notifications and send it over to me on my Instagram, @Scrubby. And, yeah, I shout somebody out every day. Other than that, just a few more things I want to talk about real quick. First of all, I love you guys. I want to say thank you so much for the support on the 2 channels recently. It's really been incredible. You guys really make my dreams come true, and I appreciate you. Second of all, merch. If you guys want to cop it, cop it. If not, that's fine too. But yeah, don't get anyone pregnant, and if you do, make sure they're hot. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time with another video. I'm out. Peace.